Welcome to the world of invention, creativity, and discovery. Here's an opportunity for all of us to explore the ocean of knowledge. This show is all about emerging trends in science and technology, math, quiz, facts, and much more. So friends, get ready to listen Tech Toast with Science Spread with your RJ Vidya only on Radio Udan. You can hear this show every Monday from 7 to 8 pm and rebroadcast every Tuesday from 2 to 3 pm. To contribute any article or information regarding science, math or technology, or to give your valuable feedback or suggestion, please send a mail to ttwithss@gmail.com. That is ttwithss@gmail.com or vidya.y@radioudan.com. That is vidhya.y@radioudan.com. Or you can also give your feedback by visiting the website www.radioudan.com. Good evening and welcome to Tech Toast with Science Spread. I'm your RJ Vidya. This show, as you all know, is all about science and technology, and you're listening to Radio Udan. Before we begin our show, let me remind you that we have an exciting offer which is exclusively for you. You can give your feedback for all the shows and like any of our posts on Facebook page as well. You can send your feedback by visiting our website www.radioudan.com, that is RADIOUDAN.com, and also you can visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/radiospace-udan. The more number of feedbacks you give, you might be one of the lucky winners to participate in our convention that's happening on February 7, 2015. You will get a free registration if you give more number of feedbacks. We choose only 5 among many listeners, counting all your feedback till then. So hurry up and listen to all our shows and give feedback. Now coming back to our show. Today we'll be talking about something interesting. It's really interesting. Again, I'm going to talk to you about science. In science, can you guess what I'm going to talk about? Something about sun, planets. Of course, it's our solar system. First, before I tell you what is solar system, just let me tell you what is universe. Universe is everything around us, the space that is around us, including the solar system and all our galaxies. Basically, everything is universe. That's why it's called universe, which denotes everything. And how universe has evolved and what exactly is universe, we are not going to discuss today, but surely we'll see all these in some other show. I think in our coming shows. But let me tell you about the solar system. Solar system is nothing but a part of universe. Universe means everything, and this is a part of it. When you think of solar system or solar for that matter, what do you remember? Most of us will would have thought about sun. That is true. When we think of solar energy also, it's due to sun. So solar system is also something related to sun and many other objects. But why they've named it solar system? It's because sun is the most and very, very important part of solar system because it's the biggest object. Let's see what is a solar system. The solar system is made up of all the planets that orbit around the sun. We all would have learnt at school level that first we had 9 planets. People used to consider Pluto also, but now it's a dwarf planet. So we have 8 planets which are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Saturn, Neptune. These are 8 planets and they keep orbiting around the sun. So the solar system consists of all these planets. In addition to planets, it consists of moons, comets, asteroids, other minor planets, small planets. There are so many other small planets, and also it consists of dust and gas. And how can we forget the most important part of our solar system, which is the sun? It is obviously there in the solar system. Let me repeat. It consists of sun, which is most important. In addition to that, we have all the planets that orbit the sun, and we have moons, comets, asteroids, minor planets, and dust and gas. Everything in the solar system, okay, not only planets, even asteroid, comets, everything orbit around the sun. Orbit and revolve is the same. Obviously, they actually revolve around the sun. And they travel around our sun in a flattened circle which is called as ellipse. It's not a circle, but it's a flattened circle which is called as ellipse. And it takes Earth 1 year, one whole year to travel around the sun, and Mercury goes around the sun in only 88 days, whereas Pluto will take 248 years to travel around the sun. Now, why will all the planets and also asteroids and comets travel around the sun? Why should this happen? There is a scientific theory which can prove this right. Let me tell you how it works. The sun is actually biggest object, as I told you, and it contains 98% of all the material in the solar system. That means sun contains 98% of all the material, and all these planets, asteroids, comets, smaller planets, dust and gas will be only 2%. Sun will be 98% of all the material it will have, and all others occupy only 2% of the solar system. Then imagine how big sun might be. So according to science, the larger an object is, the more gravity it's going to have. Gravity is nothing but, it's just a force which actually pulls something towards it. It was discovered by Newton and it's just a force. So the larger an object is, the more gravity it's going to have. And because the sun is so large, its gravity will attract all the other objects, including planets, asteroids, comets, everything it will attract towards it. That means it will try to pull every object towards it. Now when it's trying to pull all these objects, the objects also try to escape into space. So when the objects are trying to be pulled towards the sun, and at the same time objects will try to escape away from the sun. So the result is they are trapped in halfway. When they try to balance between these two, that is being pulled towards the sun and escape towards the space, the result is that they spend eternity just orbiting around the sun. They neither completely get pulled towards the sun, or they can't even escape towards the space. So they keep orbiting around the sun. That is, they revolve around the sun forever. This is the reason why all the objects in the solar system revolve around the sun. Let's see how was the solar system formed. Knowing so much about it, let's also know how was solar system formed. Before we move on to how solar system was formed, let me explain the diagram of the solar system so that you can visualize. I am very sure all of you would have touched a bangle. It will be in a circle shape. I hope you have touched it, or at least you know what is a circle. And imagine you have twisted this bangle a bit to oval shape. Oval shape, most of you would have touched egg. The shape of an egg is oval. That means it is flattened circle. Imagine you have twisted these bangles into the shape of an egg, which is ellipse shape. Imagine you have 8 bangles, each of different sizes. So, the same thing applies for solar system as well. The sun will be the center of the solar system. Imagine it as a dot for now, just to visualize. And then the smallest bangle, you place it around the sun. And around this smallest bangle, okay, name this bangle as A for your convenience. And around this bangle A, you have placed bangle B, which is bigger. And around this bangle B, you have placed another bangle, which is bangle C, which is little more bigger. Like this, you have placed till bangle 8, and bangle 8 is the biggest bangle. And imagine that in each of these bangles you have planets. The smallest bangle will have Mercury, little bigger bangle will have Venus, little more bigger bangle Earth, and then in the other bangles you have Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. So Neptune is in the biggest bangle, Mercury is in the smallest bangle. Now all these planets have to revolve around the sun. So these planets will have to revolve within the bangle itself. They can't come out of the bangle. Since the bangle is in ellipse shape, they revolve around the sun in ellipse shape. Now see, Mercury is the smallest, Mercury is in smallest bangle, so obviously it takes lesser time to revolve around the sun. Whereas Neptune is in a very big bangle, and since the size of the bangle is big, it takes longer time to revolve. Again, I am reminding you, these bangles are twisted in ellipse shape. So in each of these bangles, as I told you, you have separate planets, and all the planets have to revolve around the sun within the bangle itself, that is in ellipse shape, without coming out of the bangle. And then you should also know that between the planets, that is Mars and Jupiter, you have something called as asteroid belt between these two bangles, okay, where Mars and Jupiter are present. Between these two bangles you have an asteroid belt, and there are other dwarf planets like Pluto also. So beyond Pluto you have something called as Kuiper belt. I'll be talking about all these planets and asteroid belt and Kuiper belt shortly. But before that, let me tell you how solar system was formed. Now that I hope you got it diagrammatically, how it looks. So now I'm going to tell you how the solar system was formed. This was very important question, and it was even difficult for scientists to understand and also explain, because the creation of the solar system took place billions of years ago, when there was no earth and there were no people to witness how it was formed. So obviously it was very difficult to answer. But still, scientists believe that the solar system evolved from a giant cloud of gas and dust. Since there was lot of gas and dust, these dust and gas started collapsing under the weight of gravity. As I told you, gravitational force attracts something towards it. Say you have a glass and you drop it down. It falls on the floor because the gravitation force of the earth pulls the glass down. But in space it's not like that. If something falls, it cannot fall down. It just keeps rotating there itself. That means it keeps floating there in space. Now when this gas and dust collapsed because of the gravity, gas and dust started moving in a giant circle. Just imagine a drainage and a water moving around the center of a drain in a circle. The same way even this happened, that all this matter started moving in a giant circle. At the center of the circle, a small star began to form. You can guess that it's sun. Yeah, it's obvious, it's the sun which started forming as a star. This star started growing larger and larger because it collected more and more gas and dust. Since it had lot of gravitational force, it started collecting lot of gas and dust. Further away from this mass, where the star was forming, there were again smaller clumps of gas and dust that were also collapsing. The star, which was in the center, eventually ignited and it formed the sun. And I told you that there were smaller clumps of gas and dust which were also collapsing because of gravity, and these became planets, minor planets, moons, asteroids, comets, etc. Now once this star was ignited and formed sun, the sun's solar winds began to blow. These winds are made up of atomic particles. And so these winds pushed all the gas and dust which was remaining out of the solar system. This happened only once the sun was ignited. Since there was no more gas and dust left because it was pushed out of the solar system, the planets, minor planets, asteroids, comets, etc. couldn't grow because they couldn't collect gas because the solar winds had already pushed it out of the solar system. And asteroids, comets and everything stopped growing once the sun was ignited. And you should also know that the 4 inner planets are smaller than 4 outer planets. 4 inner planets, I mean Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars. These are smaller than 4 outer planets, which are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Why are these small? Again, because of these solar winds. Since all these planets are much closer to the sun, they are located where solar winds are stronger. As a result, the gas and dust from the solar system was blown away much quickly. And since it was flown away quickly and they didn't have lot of time to collect this gas and dust, they remained smaller. But the ones that are far away from Sun, the other 4 planets, that is Jupiter, Uranus, Saturn and Neptune, had lot of time to collect all these gases and dust, and so they are bigger in size. And obviously because of this reason, you should know that these outer planets are largely made up of gas and water because they collected lot of gas and water, and inner planets which are closer to the Sun are made up of rock and dust. They don't have much gas in it. And also remember that the solar system also has ice in it. Now before we talk about planets and asteroids and comets, maybe we'll listen to this song so that you can recollect all these information by then.
यशोमती मैया से बोले नंद लाला, राधा क्यों गोरी मैं क्यों काला, राधा क्यों गोरी मैं क्यों काला। बोली मुस्काती मैया ललन को बताया, बोली मुस्काती मैया ललन को बताया। कारी अंधियारी आधी रात में तू आया, लाडला कन्हैया मेरा हो, लाडला कन्हैया मेरा काली कमली वाला, इसीलिए काला। यशोमती मैया से बोले नंद लाला, राधा क्यों गोरी मैं क्यों काला, राधा क्यों गोरी मैं क्यों काला। बोली मुस्काती मैया सुन मेरे प्यारे, बोली मुस्काती मैया सुन मेरे प्यारे। गोरी गोरी राधिका के नैन कजरारे, काले नैनों वाली ने हो, काली नैनों वाली ने ऐसा जादू डाला, इसीलिए काला। यशोमती मैया से बोले नंद लाला, राधा क्यों गोरी मैं क्यों काला, राधा क्यों गोरी मैं क्यों काला।
Now that we have learnt about solar system and how it was formed, let's learn in detail about various planets including Sun and also asteroids, comets, meteors, etc. First we are going to talk about Sun. The Sun is a star, as we all know, and a star doesn't have a solid surface, but it is a ball of gas, that is, it has 92.1% hydrogen and 7.8% helium. and these two are held together by its own gravity. The sun, as we all know, is the center of our solar system, and it makes up 98% of the mass of the entire solar system. That means it's so big, it makes up 98% of the entire solar system. Since the sun is not a solid body, as I told you, different parts of the sun will rotate at different rates. It's not constant throughout the sun, but different parts rotate at different rates. That is, at the equator, sun will spin about every 25 Earth days, whereas at its poles, the sun rotates once on its axis every 36 days. That means it's not constant throughout the sun. It keeps changing. And sun has an atmosphere which is called as solar atmosphere. Here we see features such as sunspots and solar flares on the sun. The sun's outer atmosphere, which is called as corona, it extends beyond the orbit of dwarf planet, which is Pluto. The sun is orbited by 8 planets, at least 5 dwarf planets, and tens and thousands of asteroids, and 3 trillion comets, and also icy bodies. All these things revolve around the sun. And sun doesn't have rings like other planets. Most of the planets don't have, and few of them have it. And there are spacecrafts. They're constantly increasing. They're increasing our understanding of the sun. There was a spacecraft which was called as Genesis. It actually collected samples of solar wind and returned the particles to Earth. And many more spacecrafts also are studying sun. Without sun's intense energy, there will surely be no life on Earth. And can you imagine the temperature of sun's core? It's about 15 million degrees Celsius. Can you imagine 15 million degrees Celsius? Now it's time to learn about Mercury. Mercury is the smallest planet in our solar system. It's slightly larger than Earth's moon. It's closest planet to the sun, as I told you. Imagine this. The first bangle, I give you an example of bangles. It's the smallest planet. So just imagine it as the smallest bangle. I mean the planet inside the smallest bangle. It is the closest planet to the sun at a distance of about 58 million kilometers. One day on Mercury, that is, see, planets not only revolve, that means I told you that they cannot cross the circumference of the circle. So when they revolve, they don't actually revolve exactly around the circumference of the circle. They take many rotations to complete one whole revolution. And rotation, if a planet completes one rotation, it's 1 day, and if it completes one revolution, it's 1 year. So, 1 day on Mercury, that is the time it takes to complete one rotation, takes 59 Earth days. So, 1 day on Mercury is equal to 59 Earth days. And Mercury makes complete orbit around the sun, that is 1 year in Mercury time, is 88 Earth days. That means 1 year in Mercury is 88 Earth days. 88 days in Earth, I mean. Mercury is a rocky planet. It's also known as a terrestrial planet. Mercury has a solid and cratered surface, much like Earth's moon. Mercury's thin atmosphere is composed of oxygen, sodium, hydrogen, helium and potassium. And Mercury also doesn't have moons. And it doesn't have rings as well. Only 2 spacecraft have visited this planet. That is Mariner 10 in 1974 and 1975 and also Messenger in 2011. And there is no evidence that has been found. That means there is no evidence for life on Mercury. Daytime temperatures in Mercury can reach 430 degrees Celsius and it can drop to minus 180 degrees Celsius during night. And if the temperature is this way, obviously we can't live on this planet, and so there is no evidence of life that's found on this planet. And if we are going to stand on Mercury's surface at its closest point to the sun, then the sun would appear more than 3 times larger than Earth. If we just stand on Mercury's surface and look at the sun, it will appear 3 times larger than as we see it on Earth. Now let's see about Venus. Venus is just, very little smaller than Earth. Venus is the second closest planet to the Sun, and it's at a distance from the Sun about 108 million kilometers. From the Sun, it's just 108 million kilometers. One day on Venus will last as long as 233 Earth days, and Venus makes complete orbit around the Sun in 225 Earth days. That means 1 year of Earth is equal to 225 days of Venus. Venus is a rocky planet, and so it's known as terrestrial planet. Venus, the solid surface of Venus is cratered volcanic landscape. Venus has thick and toxic atmosphere, and it's made up of carbon dioxide and nitrogen. So it's toxic. It has a toxic atmosphere. And also it has clouds of sulfuric acid. And Venus also has no moons. There are also no rings around Venus. More than 40 spacecrafts have explored Venus. The Magellan mission in early 1990s has actually mapped 98% of the surface of Venus. And obviously because of the extreme temperatures, because of the extreme high temperatures, there is no evidence of life that is found on Venus. The planet has extreme temperatures of almost 480 degrees Celsius. And because of this, no one can live on Venus. And there's one special feature of Venus, that is Venus will spin backwards. It's called as retrograde rotation. Compared to all other planets, only it happens in Venus this way. This means that the sun will rise in the west and sets in the east, unlike other planets. Now it's time to know about Earth. Earth is the third planet from the Sun. after Mercury and Venus. So imagine it in the bangle example that I gave you. So the third smallest bangle. Imagine that it's in the third smallest bangle. And it is at a distance from the sun of about 150 million kilometers. One day on Earth, we all know, it takes 24 hours. That means to make one rotation, it takes 24 hours. And to make a complete orbit around the sun, it takes 365 days, which is equal to 1 year. Earth, as we all know, it's a rocky planet, and so it's known as terrestrial planet. And it also has solid and dynamic surface, which contains mountains, valleys, canyons, plains, and so much more. What makes Earth different from other terrestrial planets is, it is also an ocean planet. That is, 70% of the Earth's surface is covered with oceans. Now, the Earth's atmosphere is made up of 78% of nitrogen, 21% of oxygen, and 1% of all other ingredients. And this is the perfect balance for us to breathe. Many planets have atmospheres, but only Earth's atmosphere is suitable for breathing, and so life exists only on this planet. Earth, as we all know, has one moon, and other name for moon is satellite. Earth also has no rings. Actually, the moon, Earth's moon rotates around the Earth, and so it's called as a satellite. And Earth, as we all know, has no rings. And there are many spacecraft that have studied Earth as a whole system, and also they aid in understanding our home planet. Earth is the perfect place of life, as we all know. Earth's atmosphere protects us from incoming meteorites, most of which break up in our atmosphere before they can strike up as meteorites. Now let's talk about moon. Moon in the sense Earth's moon. Many planets have moons, but now we are going to talk about Earth's moon, which we are all familiar with. Imagine that the sun is as tall as a door. Then the moon will be the size of a pea. Moon is Earth's only satellite, and it orbits Earth. That means it revolves around the Earth at a distance of about 384,000 kilometers. And 12 human beings have already visited moon. They have also walked on the moon. The moon will make a complete orbit around the Earth in 27 Earth days. And actually it rotates or spins also at the same amount of time. That means it takes the same amount of time for both rotation and revolution both. This will actually cause the moon to keep the same side or face towards the Earth. The moon is a rocky and a solid surface body with much of its surface cratered and pitted from impacts. And the moon has very thin and weak atmosphere, and this is called as exosphere. The moon has no other moons, and also the moon has no rings. More than 100 spacecrafts have been launched to explore the moon. It's the only celestial body beyond Earth that is visited by human beings. I told you 12 human beings have visited the moon. This is the only celestial body apart from the earth which is visited by human beings. The moon's weak atmosphere and its lack of liquid, that is, there is no water, and so it cannot support life. This is all about moon. Now let's talk about Mars. Mars is actually a very cold and a desert world. It's half the diameter of Earth, and also it has the same amount of dry land. It has same amount of dry land like Earth. Like Earth, Mars also has seasons. It has polar ice caps, volcanoes, canyons, and also weather. But its atmosphere is too thin for liquid water. So the water will not exist for very long on its atmosphere. That's the defect in Mars. There are signs of ancient floods in Mars, but evidence for water has existed only in icy soil and also thin clouds. Imagine the same thing. Sun is as tall as a door. Then Mars would be as big as an aspirin tablet. Compared to a door and aspirin tablet, imagine the difference. If the sun was as big as a door, then the Mars would be as big as an aspirin tablet. Mars will orbit our sun. As we all know, obviously all planets will orbit around the sun, including Mars. Mars is the fourth planet from the sun after Mercury, Venus and Earth. That means, take again the bangle example and imagine the fourth smallest bangle. It is at a distance of about 228 million kilometers from the sun. One day on Mars will take just 24 hours, little bit over 24 hours, and Mars will make a complete orbit around the sun in 687 Earth days. That means 1 year of Earth is equal to 687 Earth days on Mars. Mars is a rocky planet, and so it's called as a terrestrial planet. And solid surface of Mars is actually altered by volcanoes, impacts and crustal movements, and also atmospheric effects. Atmospheric effects, by this term I mean dust storms. Mars has a thin atmosphere which is made up of carbon dioxide, nitrogen and also argon. Mars has two moons. The two moons are Phobos and Deimos. There are no rings around Mars. More than 40 spacecrafts have been launched for Mars, from flybys and orbiters to rovers and landers. And all these spacecrafts have touched the surface of the red planet. The first true Mars mission success was Mariner 4, which was in 1965. At present, as we all know, surface of Mars cannot support life. But there is a key science goal, and the goal is to determine past and future potential. To determine past and future of Mars in order to see if there is a potential for life on Mars. And Mars is known as red planet. Do you know the reason why it's known as the red planet? Because iron minerals in the soil oxidize or rust, causing the soil and the dusty atmosphere to look red. Now it's time to learn about asteroids. Asteroids are rocky and airless worlds, and they orbit our sun. They are too small to be called as planets. Tens and thousands of these minor planets are gathered in the main asteroid belt. Asteroid belt is nothing but a donut-shaped ring which is present in between orbits of Jupiter and Mars. As I told you, if you take this bangle example, you can think that a donut-shaped ring called the asteroid belt is present between the bangles of Mars and Jupiter. Asteroids that pass close to Earth are called as near-Earth objects. If all of the asteroids were combined into a ball, they would still be much smaller than Earth's moon. Imagine that the sun was as tall as a door. Then Ceres, that is the largest object in the asteroid belt, it would be as small as a sesame seed. If you consider sun as a door, then the largest object which is on the asteroid belt, which is Ceres, it would be only as small as a sesame seed. Most asteroids will orbit our sun in the asteroid belt. Days and years taken by all of these asteroids to orbit around the sun vary. Ida is an asteroid and it makes a complete orbit around the sun in 4.8 Earth years. 4.8 years of Earth is equal to 1 year for asteroid Ida. Asteroids are small, solid and irregular bodies. Asteroids also do not have any atmosphere. They don't even have atmospheres. More than 150 asteroids are said to have moons, and some of them also have 2 moons. The first discovery of asteroid moon system was of asteroid Ida and its moon Dactyl in 1993. There's one asteroid which is called as Chariklo. It is said to have 2 narrow rings. And there are more than 10 spacecrafts which have actually explored these asteroids. The Dawn mission was the first mission to orbit a main belt, that is asteroid belt, which was called as Vista. And this happened in 2011. As of now, asteroids cannot support life, and we all know that. Ceres was the first and the largest asteroid which was discovered in 1801, and it is also the closest dwarf planet which is closest to the sun, and it encompasses over 1/3 of the estimated total mass of the asteroid belt. That means it takes 1/3 of the mass of asteroid belt, just this one asteroid. We still have to discuss much about comets and the remaining 4 planets, which are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. We'll also discuss about Kuiper belts and also about Pluto. Since we have many topics left, I guess we'll end the show for today and we'll discuss all these things in the next show. In case you have liked this show, you can send a feedback to vidya.y@radioudan.com, that is vidhya.y@radioudan.com, or you can visit the website www.radioudan.com to submit your feedback, and also you can visit our Facebook page www.facebook.com/radiospace-udan. If you send more number of feedbacks, and you are one among top 5 of the listeners who have sent more number of feedbacks, you might win a chance to participate free in our convention, which is going to be held in February 2015. Please keep listening all the shows and keep giving feedback. This was your show Tech Toast with Science Spread, and I am your RJ Vidya. We'll meet at the same time next week with the continuation of Solar System. Till then, keep listening Radio Udan. Take care and goodbye.
कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना, छोड़ो बेकार की बातों में कहीं बीत न जाए रहना। कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना, छोड़ो बेकार की बातों में कहीं बीत न जाए रहना। कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे। कुछ रीत जगत की ऐसी है, हर एक सुबह की शाम हुई। कुछ रीत जगत की ऐसी है, हर एक सुबह की शाम हुई। तू कौन है, तेरा नाम है क्या, सीता भी यहाँ बदनाम हुई। फिर क्यों संसार की बातों से भीग गए तेरे नैना। कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना, छोड़ो बेकार की बातों में कहीं बीत न जाए रहना। कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे। हमको जो ताने देते हैं, हम खोए हैं इन रंग रलियों में। हमको जो ताने देते हैं, हम खोए हैं इन रंग रलियों में। हमने उनको भी छुप छुप के आते देखा इन गलियों में। ये सच है झूठी बात नहीं, तुम बोलो ये सच है ना। कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना, छोड़ो बेकार की बातों में कहीं बीत न जाए रहना। कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना।